Okay, here we are. Woo! Here we are. We're in North Platte, Nebraska today in the Trucker Right Studios. Freezing to death. It's only 25 degrees outside, which is not real cold because last week I was up here in Colorado and it was -2, so plus 25 is not too bad. But it's snowing and I'm sitting here in the truck. Walmart won't let me have my truck keys because they're afraid that I might do something stupid or something, and so they don't let us have our truck keys while we're here at the Walmart distribution center. And so we just sit out here and freeze our little jewels off. Okay, I'm gonna tell some, well, I'm not gonna tell some stories, but I write down stuff as I drive along, and I got a whole bunch of pages of stuff I wrote down. It's funny stuff I've thought of. So I'm just gonna kind of go over the whole list today and say, you know, wow, I think that's funny, and some of y'all are gonna scratch your heads. Okay, here we go. Okay, one of the stories I want to tell one day is right there. Some years ago I used to be a trainer for FFE and take student drivers out and train, and one of my female student drivers took a dump in my truck one day and got it all over everything, and that's kind of a funny story, but I'm not gonna go into great details with that one today. But here's a note. I talked to a guy, one of our drivers named Gene, up at Cactus, Texas one night, and I was showing him how to use his GPS system and stuff like that, and he was showing me his iPhone that his girlfriend bought him, and he was telling me all of the benefits of having this iPhone that his girlfriend bought him. And one of the benefits is you can surf dating sites all over the country. As you're going into different towns, you can surf these dating sites, and I'm thinking, no, wow. Okay, I talked to my buddy Audrey. If you're from Berwick High School, you should know Audrey. But if you don't know Audrey, I'm sure you know Audrey. Everybody knows Audrey. But I was talking to him a few days ago, and he was telling me I need to get on the video and tell the story about the night that I got my pants hung on the fence, and everybody tried to trample me. And so I don't know if I'm going to tell that story or not, because statute of limitations might not have run out on that one. So I was going to tell the story about how he met his wife in the canal out there at 4 Mile Bayou. I wasn't there, but it seems like it'd be a funny story. I've heard it many times. I passed a place in Georgia the other day, passed a little bridge, and it had a sign there that said Dry Creek. Made me wonder, is a dry creek really a creek? Then that made me think of a town in Louisiana called Dry Prong, Louisiana. And so I investigated it a little bit. I Googled it, and I found out Dry Prong, Louisiana is named after an old Indian chief that was married. I went in McDonald's a couple days ago, and I told the lady behind the counter I wanted a couple of sausage biscuits. And she looked at me with this puzzled look, and she said, 2? Years ago, many years ago, back when I was in college, I worked in a Winn-Dixie part-time at night, and I worked in the seafood department, but they also had me stock the frozen food shelf. So I was in there one night, and this kid came in there, and he picked up a box of waffles, you know, the yellow Eggo waffles, and he held it up to me, and he says, "Mister," he said, "how many bees in here?" I said, "There ain't no damn bees in there, that's waffles." He said, "No, how many bees in here?" And I said, "No, there ain't no bees in there, that's waffles." He's like, "No, how many bees in here?" And I said, "There's 12 waffles in there, there ain't no bees." I thought that was funny. I was in a rest area a couple. I seen a creek in Colorado called Two Butts Creek. I ain't figured out what's funny about that yet, but I'm going to. That's not true. That's the story about Catholic girls. Don't want to beat that horse too much. Whew, man, that's more about the Catholic girls, man.